Hi again, this is Benmeleh. In my last quick video, I talked about the 3 reasons why I despise behavior charts, rewards, and punishments. First one is a topic of commodity. We already have such busy lives. Why in the world are we going to add more to our plate by putting up behavior charts? Number 2, it's the issue of unrelatedness. One thing has nothing to do with the other, and essentially we are teaching our children not to care so much about the act, like homework and hygiene, but to care more about the end result, like the toy or the trip or the play date or the PlayStation TV time that they get out of it. And the third part is that if we're trying to raise independent children, this is completely the opposite way of doing it, because what we're doing is trying to force compliance on a child by them foregoing what it is that they want in order to make the authority figure happy. So, what do we do instead? Because many children can be so stubborn when it comes to completing chores, when it comes to doing the quote-unquote right thing, when it comes to time management and organization. And so often, we don't know how to deal with it. We're at our wits' end, and it presses all of our buttons about feeling good enough, about feeling in control, about knowing what it is that we're doing and having a plan for the future. All of that is triggered in the I'm not brushing my teeth right now and I don't ever want to do it again type of interactions that sometimes we have with our kids. So, what do? The first and foremost thing is having that awareness. When someone doesn't listen to us or when someone goes against what we want, it could be triggering to us. If we're doing our inner work about our self-esteem and our insight, we're much better able to handle these stressful situations before they blow up and in our face. The second thing is to remember all of the things that I just talked about. What kind of a child am I trying to raise? So if my child is giving me pushback about a certain topic, I need to check up with myself first. What am I saying, or what kind of message am I relating to my child that they think it's an option to say no? If they think it's an option to not brush their teeth before bedtime, what am I doing or others around doing that gives them that impression? Remember that for children, especially our children, we are their essential role models, and they believe that the world works according to the way that we describe and show it to them that it does. Some children pick up on the fact that there's incongruences and inconsistencies, but for the most part, they still comply because that's what they see at home from their parents. So if there's pushback, the first part is, what am I doing to show them that that's okay? The second part is trying to understand where they're coming from. If there's pushback about something, perhaps in their mind, there's a very valid reason for it. Stooping to their level is not a bad thing. Not in the way of fighting and threatening, but in getting to their eye level and trying to understand where there's the block. What's the problem? What is it that's holding them back from getting what they want done? Number 1, is this a way that they have found that they have their undivided attention from you? Because many times when kids are doing the right things, we just let them be and let them go at it because, it's just one less thing. They can move on and I can move on with something else, right? But when they start giving us pushback, then we need to focus our attention and we need to deal with it and talk to them and reprimand them and remind them. And for kids, any kind of attention is better than no attention. So check in with yourself first. And this is not to guilt trip any of us who are busy, but it is a matter of a wake-up call. If you find that the majority of the time that you're spending with your child is through reprimand, threats, or rewards, then perhaps you need to find a time where it could just be hanging out and just relax in whatever shape, form that can mean to you and your family. The second part is trying to understand their logic. Takes a lot out of us because we don't think most of the time like children, but perhaps for them it's a big deal. Maybe missing that show is so important that they don't want to do anything else. Maybe they want to finish a project because they promised their best friend that they would finish it and they can't leave even though they know they're running late. Most kids don't know what it means to run late. They just know that it means mom and dad get angry. But those are serious concerns, and thank God that those are the serious concerns that our children have. So it's understanding and working through it to, one, teach them about emotional control and response. Two, to teach them how to problem solve, because this is an issue, and how to make it better. And three, how to be responsible for the things that belong to us and for the things that we must do. All of these things take time, and they take awareness, and they take a moment of pause. But I promise you, if you try these things in the ways that do not involve threats of taking away the things that your child loves the most, or promises to give them the things that in the moment they love the most, which takes so much longer, you will see that little by little and day by day, your children will begin to comply, because they will understand that the inherent reward is in completing the task, and the inherent punishment is in not. And I will leave you with that. I hope you guys have a great day. Speak soon. Bye-bye.